I'm Mike.
I'm Dan.
Welcome to the No Talent Podcast, where we're going to teach you things about the film industry.
This is our first episode, so we're going to see how this goes.
Apologies if we're, not talented. Lack of better words.
Oh, God. Okay, do you want to, maybe we'll go into a little bit of how long we've been working in the film industry?
Yeah. I started 2020, so I'm coming up on 5 years now.
Yeah, same. I got my first gig in December of 2020, like just when COVID was like loosening up, like with the restrictions.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I worked indie for my, how most people get in. I worked like a decent budget indie film. I got in from just a friend of mine from high school was making a movie. I reached out to him, and he wanted a donation for the movie, and I was like, "Well, I'll work on it for you," and that was it.
Yeah, I got a little lucky. Somebody who didn't want a job passed it off to me, and then they just needed somebody, so they just hired me on the spot.
That is certainly how a lot of people like make their break in it. Is just like, hey, someone didn't want to show up to work that day.
Well, it's not that he didn't want to show up to work. He just found a better job.
Oh,
And
well,
he
that's
was just
also how a
like-
lot
he
of
was just
people.
like, I think I'm done. And I was like, all right, cool.
Good for him.
Yeah, no, for real, because now here I am. So,
But yeah. For our first episode, we really want to just talk to you guys about the like breaking into the industry, kind of like a first day on the job, what you need to know type stuff.
I'm Denzel. He's Ethan Hawke. This is training day.
All right. So you want to get into like starting as a PA? Like, what are the?
I don't know what it was like on the indie scene, but starting as a PA for television, at least, it's rough.
For sure.
Especially the show I was on. We'll get into that more as we go on. Right now, it's just about the job itself. But yeah, that job was rough. Everybody on that job told me, like, at least, some of the nice people, they were like, trust me, buddy, it only gets better from here. This is probably the worst you'll ever have it. And they were right.
I feel like walking onto any network set I've ever been on, that is the vibe. Like, you don't know how many worst shows ever I've worked on, where it's you kind of walk in and, whether it's, a gaffer, the key, PA, whoever is like, hey, this is a pretty rough set, I've been on shows where the next show I've gone on, when, everyone asks, so what were you just on? And I've said this show and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I guess we could get into a little bit of like, how do you get on a show in the first place? I'm sure that's a question a lot of people have.
So a lot of people will say it's who you know, and in my case, it was just, again, a friend of mine who didn't want it, and he just is like, hey, you interested? Because I know you want to work in film, and I was like, yeah, dude. So he passed my name on. They called me within a day, and they hired me that day.
Unfortunately, I will say that is pretty much the same case for me. I've never applied for a job in the film industry. I've always just gotten a call from a friend asking like, hey, you want to work on this tomorrow?
Yeah.
They need somebody. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
And
the networking is number one in the film, especially for freelance, because there's no union lists or, anything like that.
Now, what I will say, if you're like, an 18-year-old kid who just wants to get their foot in the door somewhere, making your own stuff is always a great way to get into it.
Especially nowadays, you can make everything just on your cell phone.
Exactly. But, it's never a bad idea to reach out to just indie directors. You might, unfortunately, and this is the way, we'll definitely be tackling this. If you're a production assistant, especially on the indie scene, you're going to be expected to do a lot for little to most of the time no money. And unfortunately, it can be a very predatory system that really doesn't give a lot to the bottom run people. We'll definitely, get into that a little bit further. But especially until you have a couple of credits, you really can't advocate very well for yourself. I don't know if I know for me certainly I got labeled with the Rockstar PA.
I'm gonna put that
my
in the
God.
grievances.
The
The Rockstar, I hate that.
I hate because that is code for you're going to do stuff for free.
Or you're just gonna do stuff because you think your job's on the line or whatever. You're gonna do it. Whatever I ask, you're gonna do it. You're
And
a rock star for that.
And it's often things that are way outside of your job description, way outside of your wheelhouse. Sometimes illegal things if we're getting into the nitty gritty of it.
Yeah.
I know I've been asked to hold traffic up before.
Oh, that's always a fun one. Holding traffic up, stopping civilians from walking, getting accosted by those civilians. Like,
dude, one time I was working a job as a PA. We were filming in New Jersey, like Fort Lee, and we were filming inside this bar, but all of our equipment and materials, like for the shoot, were just on the sidewalk, and we did not have a permit for the sidewalk. So they were having me and another PA who was a little bit less experienced, like ushering people like through off the sidewalk onto the street. And that was like, we were a few weeks into the shoot already. So that was like the first time I was like, I'm not doing this. Like if she wants to, God bless. But like, I'm not. Like I watched this girl usher a woman with a baby carriage into the street.
Yeah, no, that's a no-go.
And this wasn't like a side street road. Like this was a major road.
Yep.
Like, God, for anything happens, like you are the person who's like liable for that. They're not going up the ladder, and no production standing their neck out for you.
No.
Like that's you, and you don't have a union, you don't have protections, but that is unfortunately the entry level experience in the film industry for a lot of people.
We're not saying this is every job. Like this is
certainly not.
Some people just get the unfortunate side of getting on a very complicated and a very difficult set with very difficult people. And these are like, especially in the indie scene. The indie scene, nobody cares. They just want to get paid. They just want to get it done. They want their credit. TV though, I worked in a lot of TV. Me and Dan actually met on a TV show, and we could say the crew was great, but
fantastic.
There was some issues there. Like there was we'll get more into that in other episodes. We have so much to talk about here. But
unfortunately, learning when to say no is...
I never had an issue. I don't keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, like, it's important to know what your limit is, but also realize you might not have a job the next day.
Again, not every job.
Not every job.
You will come across a job where there is a superior or a boss of some sort who has that power hunger in them, and they're just like, oh yeah, do you want a job tomorrow?
Oh yeah. Like how many times have I heard like, the cliche, you'll be through in this business. Like,
you'll be through.
But like when you have a boss that advocates for you, it makes the world of difference.
Oh, yeah,
and you
do
find that sometimes because production assistants do move up a lot.
Oh,
like, the ones that stay can move up, and then they end up in positions like, well, I dealt with X, Y, and Z 5-10 years ago. I'm not making this kid deal with, ABC. But that, unfortunately, like, that is the only protections you kind of have, or is like the goodwill of people who had to deal with it before you.
Yeah.
And that is unfortunate.
Yep. Because it's funny too. You'll come across the people who are like, oh, I went through the exact same thing you did. I know what it's like. I'm here. I'll help you in any way.
Yeah.
And then you got people I met a couple of people who were like, yeah, well, that's how it worked for me. So that's how it's going to work for you.
Oh, don't tell me. I do believe there was a period in like 2022 where I was certainly probably on a list for certain productions of like a do not hire because I got a little mouthy
Mhm.
with a key and an AD
Mhm.
about they hit me with that
Mhm.
of, well, you should have seen the sets we were on. It's like, well, do you not understand that maybe you are like perpetuating
Mhm.
these same issues like aren't going to go away because of people like you who like just kick it down the line.
Mhm. You're continuing the cycle when
Yeah.
you should be breaking it.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess that brings us to the first thing we could talk about is your first day as a
Mhm.
PA. Like
And
what
it's awesome
should
because we got two perspectives here. First day as an indie, first day as a network television show.
Yeah, and I think like we should maybe cover first day on an indie first because I feel like that might
Mhm.
be a lot of people's like entryway.
Mhm.
What your first day on an indie
And this is going in like not knowing anything.
yeah, if
Like
you
you
know
just got hired for a job. Obviously, you take the opportunity because you have a love for it. But
if you know nothing, this is done like think of this as a checklist.
mhm.
So your first day, I know it's a cliche, get there early. Like
Mhm.
do not get there on time. You're gonna receive what's called a call sheet. On that call sheet, it is going to have a call time. If you're a PA, that time might as well mean nothing.
Mhm.
Like you need to be there.
You would basically go by your boss. The call sheet's basically for rest of the crew. If you're a PA, usually if you're a PA, especially in the AD department, the assistant director department, your call time is going to be on the back of the call sheet.
Yeah.
So
And
if it's like 12, but you're a key and you got to be in at 10, it's going to say on the back 10 a.m.
I can admit, after my first like day on any shoot, I don't think I've ever looked at the call sheet again. I think I've always just asked my direct superior, "Hey, when am I in tomorrow?"
No, yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Like, and and that's fine. No one has a problem with that.
Mhm.
But they will, you'll probably hear, well, you gotta wait till the call sheet comes out. Just when you get the email for the call sheet, just ask them what time they want you in.
Mhm.
Because you're getting a day rate. You're not really making an hourly.
Yeah, no.
So
That is the beauty of the film industry. You do get, for the most part, you get the guaranteed 12, which is nice.
which is pretty fantastic.
Guaranteed 12 is nice. You could work like 3 hours, like, oh, I got a doctor's appointment. They're going to pay for the 12. Now, that doesn't mean take advantage and do that often because
Yeah,
that's how you
you
lose the
won't
job.
you won't be
Yeah,
working
you
a
won't be
lot.
working.
But so you're going to on any set you're going to meet the AD or which is assistant director or the key set PA. They are your boss for the day.
Mhm.
Like they are because it might change day to day who has that role.
Mhm.
So
Because there's also more than one AD. There's the first AD who's like up close and personal with the director and whatnot. There's the second AD. There's the second additional AD.
you will not be dealing with the first AD
Nah,
almost ever.
Almost never. If you get a cool one, they're gonna take time to talk to you.
Yeah, but they are not concerned with you. Like they are concerned if you mess up, but they are not concerned with you. Like they
Mhm.
have other things to be doing.
Mhm.
You are mostly going to be dealing with the second AD, possibly the second AD based on the size of the production.
Mhm.
You might be dealing with the producer based on how hands-on they are,
Mhm.
but odds are you are dealing with the key set PA.
Mhm.
And their job is just to basically tell you what to do.
Mhm.
Odds are you're getting coffee for if it's day one and they know you're green, like they know this is your first day, you are getting coffee, you are bringing like sides to people. Sides are like, if you've ever worked in like, if you ever did like a play, they're like the little strips.
It's basically whatever you're filming that day, they're taking those pieces of the script, putting it in what's called a side, and then they're handing it out
Yeah.
to the necessary people who need it.
And then you're making sure people have their walkies who need them.
Mhm.
You're basically, if it's an indie, like, and if you're working on like a $5,000 project, you are doing everything.
Mhm.
You're loading equipment. You're, making sure things are in the right spots. You are doing whatever is asked.
Yeah, it's required of you.
Now, if you are on a slightly bigger production where there's more people, your role will be more defined.
Mhm.
And
especially once unions start getting involved.
If-
Whatever you're touching is not going to be. It's going to be minimal.
the second anyone there is union, what you are allowed to do that's cut not even in half, probably down to like 10% of what someone could ask you of. So
With that being said, as a PA, your workload's still going to be pretty
yeah,
hefty.
your workload is going to be a lot.
Mhm.
Where for what to like maybe, I'm sure like people might be wondering like what to wear.
Mhm.
You don't have to wear like set blacks. Like
Nah, just
that's
comfy shoes, comfy
yeah.
clothes.
Where I would suggest like running shoes, like something that you could move around in that are comfortable.
Mhm.
Think that you're going to be on your feet all day
Oh, yeah.
because it's pretty much an expectation that you will be on your feet all day.
I worked with a girl once who showed up in like nice heeled shoes, and
That's
I'm like,
unfortunate.
oh, you messed up. Luckily, we were working in the office, not on set.
Okay.
But even then, I'm like, that's a no go. And she goes, oh, I know. I just wanted to look like kind of nice for the first day. I was like, you're gonna regret that.
Yeah, I would move off of that immediately.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, sweatpants and
Oh, dude, yeah.
but that expect to go over hours.
Mm-hmm.
If they told you you're there for 8 hours, no, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the set has to be closed down, like by a particular time, like whether it be a permit issue,
Thunderstorm.
you are going to be. If it says 8, expect 10.
Mm-hmm.
If it's 10, expect 12. If it's 12, it's 14, and you kind of got to expect that. Turnaround's
muy importante.
is when you are expected to be in the next day after the workday is ended. PAs on almost any set do not have a guaranteed 12-hour turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be asked to be in. What's the worst turnaround you've ever had?
Let's see. It was a movie, low budget, of course. I worked a 16-hour shift. I got to sleep for maybe 3 hours, and then I had to drive right back out.
I was going to say my worst turnaround once was a 4-hour turnaround. I slept in my car a block away from the set.
Yep, I was driving. So I was driving the van with the equipment in it, and she was like, we were filming in Long Island, so from Staten Island, I'm not driving home. Yeah. I just slept in there. I did a hobo bath in the bathroom, and that was it. Like,
oh, I've done many a hobo bath.
Oh, dude,
when you have to, you know.
In my car, I always have an extra pair of clothes and like toiletries and stuff.
You learn very quickly how much everything is just utility at that point. Like food is utility. Like how many times I've eaten just like one high calorie meal in a day because you know that's all you're eating.
That's it. You might not have time. Like most of the time there is Crafty where it's a nice display of snacks and whatnot and food. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of the times you're not going to be able to just walk up and grab it. Like, especially if you're on an indie and you're all hands on deck.
Yeah, you have stuff to be doing.
Yeah, you might get that lunch break. So stuff your face then, get your calories in.
And lunch break, guess who's going to get lunch?
The Priere.
You are. Guess who is serving everyone's lunch?
The Priere.
And then if you have maybe 5 minutes to eat for yourself after that, because if you have guys who are union on that set, they
are priority number
They
one.
are priority. They need to be fed. Talent needs to be fed. Now, when we say talent, for anyone who like maybe isn't initiated, talent means actors. Why they are called talent? It's some old Hollywood nonsense.
Because they're talented.
Not the not the guy rigging lights for the last 20 years.
No, that's not.
He's
talent.
not talented.
That's skill.
The lady putting together these intricate costumes for 30 years of work. No talent. No talent there.
Those
not
amazing
required.
backdrops that look real on camera.
Yeah, the crews that spent weeks putting a set together, building a castle that wasn't there 3 weeks earlier.
Yep.
No talent required.
No talent.
Absolutely none.
Also, we're not anti actors. We're just
Oh,
like,
no.
we're just trying to shine a light on the people that you don't see.
Oh yeah, like the actors, like, but they know, like, that I'm not here to like placate them either.
Mm.
They know this is a workplace,
Mm-hmm.
and they know they are indispensable within that workplace.
Mm.
Everyone else, relatively dispensable.
Mm-hmm.
Even the union guys, like, I've seen dudes that kicked off set before.
Oh yeah.
Now they're guaranteed work beat through their union on
Mhm.
other jobs, but that guy just lost what could be like a week or two of work.
Mm-hmm. Or who
You know.
knows? He might go on that list and he might not see work for a month or two.
Yeah, could be months.
Yeah.
You know, they're not guaranteed certain things. Like, they're not guaranteed expedient work.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate, but you do see it.
Mm-hmm. No, of course.
Now, you want to walk through first day on like a network production?
I don't know what most people's experience is, but mine was horrible. It was crazy because obviously I've wanted to work in movies since I was a kid.
Yeah,
You know.
that's why most of us end up in the industry.
Yeah, I love movies. I love TV. That's like all I do. Like I just watch. But I get the call for the job. The guy interviews me. I get it. I'm all excited. I'm happy to be there. I'm there early, like a half hour early, and that's when I get my first lesson. I'm standing. I worked in the production office, not on set for the first job.
Which we should get into. Those are very different experiences.
Very different experiences. You're all in the same boat, but you're working different machines. Like the set is the hands-on. You're helping make the stuff right there. The production of office are the heroes you don't see. It's the people running everything behind the scenes, and they do everything. If something's needed, production gets it. If something is messed up, production fixes it. You know what I mean?
You really only realize what the production office does when they don't do it. Like it's it's not like the TSA. Like no one understands what the TSA does unless something bad happens.
Well, that's everything. Nobody understands the good you do until something bad happens, and then that's all they remember.
They are the offensive linemen of the film industry. You know when something went wrong because the quarterback got hit, but otherwise, every perfect play, no one realizes what they're doing.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm thinking about my first day on a network show was working as an office PA. My job was to just deliver the nightly files to the Honey.
The one we worked on?
No, this is before that.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I was your first.
No, but Honey, like the Honey Wagon, was like 4 blocks away, and it's my first day, like delivering something on a set, where I didn't know I didn't know the lingo. I didn't know how to read that, like read a sheet. I didn't know how to read the call sheet, so I asked who I thought could help me. So I went up and asked the guy in the director's chair. Oh my God. The look this man gave me, you would have thought I insulted his mother. You would have thought I almost did after the reaming I got from the guy. But you would have that could have been my last day in the film. Like it was my second job.
The slightest slip up.
Yeah. I will not name the production. We don't name names here.
We don't name names.
But it should have probably been my last day. And that is kind of the purpose of why we're even like doing this, is so that you don't make this mistake.
Oh yeah.
If you are it's often called, office PA, if you're the one going out there like handling the day-to-day business for the office, you're often called a runner PA. If you're a runner PA, just call the office. If you don't know something, be honest that you don't know.
Don't walk around thinking you're hot shit and you're like, oh, this is easy, because what you think is a simple solution is a problem to somebody else.
And if you mess that up,
no matter how much you know,
if you mess that up, that could be it. Like you'd rather ask 50 questions for what's essentially 2 answers than mess up those 2 answers.
Oh, yeah.
Should we walk? Well, I guess we've covered like industry lingo. Um,
Well,
is it?
let me tell you about the Office PA being on the network TV show.
Oh yeah,
So like again,
yeah. We'll get into
I
that.
show up a half hour early. I learned my first lesson. Don't show up too early because they're gonna put you right to work.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, I'm waiting, and the crew comes. The secretary comes in, and another PA comes in, and I said, hey, whatever. Introduce myself, and she's like, all right, we're gonna need you to go down, do this, this, and that. And I said, oh, I don't start till like 11 or whatever. She goes, oh, that's not how this works. And I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just do what I have to do then.
Yeah.
And then you do it. That's it. But like, it's the one thing I will say about working in a production office is everybody's, for the most part, has each other's backs.
Yeah.
Because we all know we're in the shit. Like that's it. Everybody's gonna come down on us if something goes wrong. And
Yeah.
is a good coordinator goes a long way.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
A coordinator basically is the head honcho of the office, like the person who basically gets from the managers, the supervisors, and whoever all that info, passes it down and says, "Hey, we need to do this, this, and that," and then the PAs go off and do it.
yeah, a good coordinator, um, you don't even kind of notice the chaos of what the office is when you have a good coordinator
Mhm.
because they are constantly putting out fires.
Oh
Like
yeah,
they're juggling 8 plates at once, and if they're very good at their job and you're a PA, you have no idea what they do.
and the assistant coordinator a lot of the times double.
Oh yeah, because they might be there when the coordinator's not there.
Yep.
Like normally because of how a shooting day goes, you normally have like a morning and a night shift. And there's overlap.
That's the one great thing I do love about working in the production office. Yeah, you're not on set, you're not,
Yeah.
hands on with the filmmaking, but they try their best to keep you on a shift.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna work the 16 hours likely, like on night shift maybe, because
Yeah.
sometimes filming runs over. But
Yeah, well, there's been times where I've been when you're waiting for the late night drop off, like the paper,
Mhm.
like where I've had to wait, 3-4 hours because the PA who was delivering it to me got caught in traffic.
yep, working in New York, that's what happens.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Like we are maybe talking a slightly unique experience because to the rest of the world or country,
No,
because
for real.
we're talking about filming in New York, which definitely has its pitfalls, like
Mhm.
getting around the city.
Yeah.
I've been asked to run things from on paper it's 50 miles, not that far, but in reality it's
Mhm.
3.5 hours, and if that thing's late, it's late.
Oh yeah.
Like, and that could be your job because it's late.
That's the other thing too. When you got to get into work, especially if you're working in New York, I'm not sure how Atlanta works. I'm not sure how LA works. I'm not sure how Canada works, whatever. But New York, if you have somewhere you got to be, you got to make sure you know how early you have to leave,
Yeah.
because something could be 25 minutes away. But if you got to go into another borough, or you got to go from the south to the north of that borough, you're gonna hit at least an hour, hour and a half of traffic.
If they don't want to hear your train was late,
They don't care.
they don't want to hear there was traffic, there was
Again,
an
you got a
accident on
good
the
boss,
bridge.
understandable, because they understand we live in a
Of
crazy
course.
city. But a lot of the times, especially if it's an important day, especially, they don't care. They just want
Yeah.
the shit to get done.
That, and they if you have a good boss, again, fine.
Mhm.
Okay, there was an accident on the bridge, it took you a
Mhm.
little long to get here. If you have like a brutal boss,
Mhm.
you are being replaced by by 10 a.m.
Mhm.
probably. They can get another PA there.
Yep.
Like,
You got to acclimate to the traffic. Like you got to be like, all right, we're in Staten Island. You got to be in Greenpoint, Brooklyn by
Yeah.
7 a.m.
Oh
You
my
better leave
God.
at 5:30 a.m. before that traffic hits.
that make sure to check on the sheet if there's parking,
Oh yeah.
like what lot you're in. Have you ever parked in the wrong lot before?
Oh, dude, the parking guys don't tell me I'm in the wrong place.
Oh,
They're
my-
like, no, go over there. And I'm just like, okay.
One time I got into my car, and as I'm driving out, the attendant like felt very comfortable telling me that I was like 5 minutes away from my car being towed
Mm-hmm.
because I was in lot double C and
Mm-hmm.
not lot C.
Mm-hmm.
That was the mistake that day. Not even like it was two parking lots. It was just divided through different spaces, and I was in the wrong space.
Right.
So make sure you learn how to read a call sheet.
Oh yeah.
Because like
Oh,
the
we
important.
could definitely do an episode on that because there's a lot that goes into a call sheet.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot that goes into that.
that and like if you are an independent filmmaker, you're probably making a call sheet for the first time.
There's no AD there to make it, so you're doing it.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised how much relevant information needs to be on there, like the weather.
Dude,
for one.
a short I did. I had a wonderful producer slash first AD, and she put everything you could ever need for a 1-day shoot. And we were in one location. We had maybe, I don't know, 12 people on the crew, but top to bottom had everything you could ever need. Like you said, weather,
Yeah,
where to park, what areas to avoid in case of something going on. Because a lot of the times you're not privately filming; you're sharing a building or a location.
oh, most of the
with
time.
like a school or a parade or something.
Yeah, you could be sharing with other productions
Yeah.
a lot of time.
Oh, that's a very
You know.
popular thing in New York. A lot of the stages, it's multiple productions at once.
Yeah, and that could get confusing if
Mhm.
you don't know who's on set. You know, I've seen people down at I won't name the studios, but some of them down in North Brooklyn,
Mhm.
where I've seen PAs on the show I'm on walk into like a different NBC production than the one we're on because they film because they'll film in the same lot, and then you're in the wrong spot,
Mhm.
and callback was 15 minutes ago,
Mhm.
and now because you had to spend 3 minutes walking around the wrong set, you're late.
Nothing's more awkward than showing up on somebody else's catering line. Dude, that union guy was not happy with me. He's like just looking at me, and I keep looking over my shoulder, and I'm just like, everything all right? And he just goes, "You're not one of us." And I just went, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he goes, "What show are you with?" And I told him, and he goes, "This ain't that show, buddy." And I just went, "Oh my God, I'm sorry, man. I thought these were my people. I'm sorry." And he just goes, "It happens." And I said,
I love just a typical New York union guy.
I love it. The union guys are my favorite.
They are.
I love
they
them
are
so
the
much.
best. Oh,
I
God.
love them. We're gonna talk about all the crew, all the different departments and stuff, and I'm gonna get into how much I love those guys sometimes.
They might not want to see you day one, like because you're a lowly production assistant,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of annoy them
Mm-hmm.
like all day.
But a lot of the times they do appreciate you because they do have somebody to talk to when it comes to the office or the set. They're like, "Oh, ask that guy; he'll know what to do," or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You need to become the best thing you could become is a liaison to the crew.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what keeps you employed. That's what gets you more jobs. Like, if you need to be a talking piece for the office, if that's where you are, if you're on set, you need to be the person who communicates for set.
Mm-hmm. So day one, try to get to know people.
That
Just know a little, at least one person from every department. You don't got to remember their name on the spot, but get to know them.
I can't believe we didn't talk about this, but walkie talkies. And
walkies.
walkie etiquette on
Yep.
set. We probably should cover.
I never had walkie etiquette.
Well, there's certain things you want.
Yeah,
to be
don't
able to
do what
do.
I do. I'm going to talk about a lot of. Do not do what I do. I'm surprised I haven't been fired from a job.
So if you want to seem a little bit more experienced, always do a mic check when you first get your, your surveillance and
when you're on set, you're gonna. If you're not the walkie PA, you're gonna go see the walkie PA.
And do you want to, quick mic check, a good one for when you're putting it on and no one's filming for the day is just honestly just say mic check.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to make sure your walkie is on, or you need to know if we're filming, because maybe you had to step away for a little while, you could always just blow into
Mm-hmm.
the walkie, and someone will blow back
Mm-hmm.
if it's filming, because if you make any sound while it's filming,
Mm-hmm.
you just ruined the shot. You
Yeah.
ruined,
Done that a couple times.
and it happens. Everyone's done it before.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't want to appear super green,
Mm-hmm.
learning appropriate mic checks are important.
Mm-hmm.
Also, repeat everything that is said on channel 1. Channel 1 is the channel you're on.
Mm-hmm.
If they say, you know, hey, where's Ryan? Ryan being the director.
Mm-hmm.
You say, like, it's okay to grab your walkie and be like, anyone got eyes on Ryan?
Yeah.
Or say Ryan is not, and you say your location,
Mm-hmm.
You'd rather over communicate
Oh
on the
no,
walkie.
you have to, especially on a walkie. If you get a dying walkie and things aren't coming through fully, or I'm not gonna say service is bad. It's not a cell phone, but
Yeah.
walkie's just not picking up because you're gonna be wearing surveillance too.
Yeah.
So you don't just have a straight up walkie just out because what's the point of that? You ruin takes. You hook up your surveillance. Sometimes something's messed up there. You're not gonna hear everything.
Yeah. And that's an immediate radio to the walkie PA.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a different channel if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them to bring you a new walkie.
Mm-hmm.
Or you meet them and, this is important. If you are working a lockup, like you are locking down a particular location,
Mm-hmm.
which is
keeping civilians from getting in or involved.
Yeah. If you need to leave for anything, go to the bathroom. You're having a heart attack, like and the spectrum within.
I need cover on 23rd.
Yeah, you ask for coverage.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot leave a site.
Yeah, you can't
unattended.
Yeah, you will. If something happens, you are.
Yeah.
Firing squad's coming.
Yeah. You leave a lockdown unattended. That's it. Like that is.
And in New York, man, it is hard to lock down.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know how many people like have just walked through me as a, not me not doing my job, but like, there could be anything, someone has a language barrier. Someone maybe is hard of hearing and they don't hear you. Someone just doesn't care and pushes you to the side and tells you to go fuck yourself.
Yep.
Like, if that happens, immediately, radio ahead.
Like I'm having issues over here.
Yeah, I'm having issues here.
Because then they'll send somebody like me who will just tell people.
Every set will have its own little phrases for things. Like I've heard Bodhi at entrance 3 or something.
A lot of military talk.
Yeah. Oddly, always say copy.
Always say copy.
Yeah.
If you don't copy, you just say yeah or whatever. It's like yeah, but do you copy that? It's like copy.
Yeah.
Like say copy and then repeat sometimes.
Yeah.
Like hey, we need water on set. Copy, getting water.
Yeah. Make sure that they know you can receive communication and then communicate efficiently.
Communication's number one, because if something just isn't picked up properly and you do A instead of B, once you get there, you've already wasted time doing one thing instead of what you were supposed to be doing.
Yeah, because every production is a pressure cooker. Like, everyone needs to be on timing. It's how many people getting a job done at once, trying to execute to the best of their abilities. Like, if you need to be able to, your job is just to communicate efficiently.
You don't communicate, you're delaying something, which is delaying something else, which is delaying someone.
Which is delaying, God forbid you cause, an overture on, you make them take a penalty, which penalties...
That's a bad word, Dan. Don't say that.
So a penalty is basically when you go over time and you affect union hours. So if lunch was scheduled for 6 hours after call,
which it usually is,
which it normally is, and it goes over to 6:02, your production takes a penalty, which is costly for one, and not only is it costly because you have to like pay for that,
Mhm.
but they also now have to, maybe we have to go over for 30 minutes, and the stage wasn't prepared for that.
Mhm.
You know, the permit only goes to 7, and now you gotta like guerrilla film till 7:30. It's you, you don't want the odds of you causing a penalty are low,
Mhm.
but it's not impossible.
It's never zero.
It's never zero.
You work 12-hour days, essentially, like minimum.
Minimum.
12-hour days. A lot of the times you could get cut early, which is awesome. That's all.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Music to the ears because you get that guaranteed 12. It's nice, but minimum you're working 12 hours. So they try their best. Like if everything goes smoothly, you're out by that 12. The entire crew's home by the 13th hour. But it's a lot of the times it does go over. I was on a set once where we went, again, 6 hours after call is lunch. We went like 8.5 hours after call for lunch.
Oh, dear.
Oh my God, were people not happy?
Yeah, I've
It
been on
only
that
happened
set.
that one time though.
I've-
It only happened the once.
I've been on sets where that's happened, and you might not see some of those crew members the next day. Like,
Oh my God, then yeah.
yeah, they might walk off.
And
But
if you're in the production office as a PA, or if you're in the production office as an art PA or a wardrobe PA or whatever, you're not on set. You're not gonna know any of this because you're on your own time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So what you get a little surprised when you're like, oh, I got to go bring something to set, and then you go to set and everybody's pissed off because they went 2 hours over the lunchtime.
yeah, which
And then you, as a PA, you have to keep that composure. You can't, if somebody snaps on you, you just got to hold it in.
yeah. Well, oh, that's something we should maybe bring up is that people will yell at you.
Oh, all the time.
People will,
Talk down.
belittle you.
Again, I do not like yelling at me, being frustrated. I understand. I'm gonna be there. I'm
course.
gonna try to calm you down if I can without saying calm down, because that never helps. And then, but if you just blatantly disrespect me, like you start, like I had a woman once just. I was like, hey, how's it going? And she's like, oh, where's this building? And I was like, oh, 2 blocks up, big building. And it says this on it. She goes, I bet it does. And I was just like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
I bet it does. Is crazy.
It's like, why couldn't you go find it then?
Yeah.
I needed my direction.
Yeah. It's like Google exists also.
Yeah, Google's a thing. Why you asking me a question and then giving me shit for it?
But yeah, you learn pretty quickly how to de-escalate certain issues.
Yep.
Because it's like, hey, like they said this box would be here by 2:00 and it's 2:15. It's like, well, you kind of learn how to. One thing I would always say is take accountability.
Don't
I
make
messed up.
excuses.
I
Yeah.
messed up. Even if you didn't,
Mhm.
being the person who takes accountability
Mhm.
gets you pretty far, because they kind of learn you're like a no nonsense person.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that can't do that,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll dime you out for stuff, and it's to save their own skin. But even if they do that, take the accountability for that day, and then talk to your supervisor after about what actually happened.
Yeah.
Like, because you can't waste time at a production arguing over things. Now, should we talk about expected pay rates?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know why I thought about that so long. I'm hungover. So yeah, no, pay rates for PAs are going to be, I don't know. It depends what you're on. If you're on an indie, you're going to be probably getting
$100.
$100,
You might
$150
owe someone money.
Yeah, somebody's going to be asking you to pay for stuff.
Yeah.
But they try to give you at least $15 an hour, which with a guaranteed 12, it's 4 hours of overtime every day.
Yeah.
So you're probably looking, I don't know, what, $200 a day sometimes?
I think it's
I'm not mathing that
$215,
out.
but
Yeah,
like after
$220.
after taxes, maybe you end up seeing $200.
Yeah. So it's,
But
if you're on a decent network show or a movie that can swing it, sometime, and if you're a really good PA, you're brought on by other people, they might even try to help you out with a
little bit more.
They'll be like, oh, 18 an hour, 20 an hour, and stuff like that. But it's not going to be huge. You're never going to be a PA making over 20.
Yeah, not really.
An hour ever.
if you are on an indie set, the one piece of advice I would give, to the kids out there, do not spend your own money.
Don't ever spend your
If
own money.
if they send you for a food run and they're like, "Hey, do you mind covering?" Yes, you mind covering that.
Yeah. That's your money. Don't do that because they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, accounting will just pay you back." They're not gonna.
No,
you're
they're
not seeing that money for a while.
No, you
There's
ask for
so
the
much
card.
yeah, there's paperwork that goes into it.
Even I don't care if it's again like a $10,000 production that your friend's putting on. No, you do not. You are not covering that.
No.
Like that is an easy way to learn how to start advocating for yourself. Is I don't spend my own money. I think that's something to definitely take with you.
Yeah. No, there's a lot to talk about when it comes into starting as we just blabbered, but a lot of it is information you need to take in and remember. But
if you take what we said here today for your first day on set, you at least won't be super green, which is all anyone is asking for.
Yeah. You want to know a little something getting on. Like we didn't know shit.
Oh my
we just
god,
went on and
I
figured it out.
didn't know anything.
I asked a lot of questions though. I'm not shy. I don't
That's a superpower, is being humble enough to ask the questions that don't think because you watched a lot of movies you know what's going on.
You watch one behind the scenes of an X-Men movie and you're just like, that's how it goes.
Exactly. Like, I'm an expert now.
Yeah, I know what it is.
I watched a ton of YouTube videos.
It's just ask questions. Don't be stupid. Don't
Yeah.
It just time is money.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Don't waste time.
Don't waste it. You're wasting time. You're wasting money. You're ruining. I don't know. Not ruining anything, but you're irking a lot of people.
Yeah. People will be mad at you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But
I think that's it.
I think there's so much more to talk about, but that's
well,
the gist of it.
We'll definitely in future episodes be covering more in-depth things you can do to make your life as a production assistant a little easier.
Yeah,
but
we're here to help.
We'll try.
We'll try.
And
also, this is all opinion. Like, this is what we've experienced. This is what we feel.
Yeah, don't go strictly off us. If you are, that is career suicide. I don't know why you would do that. But if you have questions or want to write in with some of your best and worst days on any given film set, feel free to write us in. The link will be in the show notes on whatever streaming platform you're listening on.
Yep, probably YouTube.
Yeah, probably. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
This is the end of our first episode.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.